One, if you would just please put in the chat where you're from and what program you're joining, that would be appreciated. We can look at that while we're getting ready to get started. I'm going to pull up the presentation and we'll get going. Okay. Oklahoma City, Cedar City. All right, Sheridan, Wyoming. That's great. Clayton, thank you for being here. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. So yeah, we've got people from New Mexico doing MBA, Idaho, professional communications, Green River, Wyoming. I know there's a Green River, Utah, Phoenix in professional communications, Santa Clara, Albuquerque, music technology, great program. Okay, and some people are going to watch the recording, which is great. Salt Lake, Collins in Salt Lake, art is in San Antonio, music, Masters in Studio Tech, Florida Music Tech. Well, the music tech people are going to win. We have Ashley doing Masters in Nursing, so that's great. Well, welcome everybody. We are glad you're joining us today, this evening, wherever you may be located. My name is Tad Brinkerhoff. I am the Associate Vice President for Grad Online Programs. And we are so glad you've decided to be part of the SUU family and get your master's degree online. It's a wonderful investment and one that's going to pay off greatly for you. And our goal tonight really is just to introduce you to SUU as well as being a grad student and all the resources. And we're very grateful for those on our staff that are here with us. We'll introduce each one of them. But before we do that, I just wanted to say something about SUU. I went to SUU a number of years ago, graduated in Spanish and chemistry. There were no online programs at the time. But I will tell you one thing, and one of the reasons I chose SUU is because I wanted a personalized experience. I wanted professors that knew my name. I didn't want to be just a number, and I also wanted to participate in a lot of different aspects. I wanted to be involved in music and student government, and SUU provided all those opportunities for me. So I will say that's one thing that's a hallmark of Southern Utah University, the educational experience. You will not be a number, and you will be part of a wonderful community as you study and beyond after you graduate. So I know you're just starting your journey now, but hopefully you'll always remain a part of the SUU community. And just let me say, all of the people, all the staff that are here, we're here to support you and your success. And we've got some wonderful, dedicated professionals that will do that for you. And some of them I'm going to introduce right now. So here's our agenda. If you can see, everyone can see the screen, right? Okay. So we are first going to hear from Amanda Lee. She's a student success advisor. She's going to talk about succeeding as an online grad student and how to use Canvas and the learning technologies. And we're going to hear from Caitlin Garrity, who's actually a professor in the library sciences area. And she's going to talk about all the amazing library resources you're going to have access to that will help you be a better student, a better learner, and give you access to all kinds of information wherever you're located. After that, Clayton Adams, and I didn't put an S on your name, Clayton, I'm sorry, is going to talk to us about financial aid. I know affordability is one of the hallmarks of an SUU education, but we still want to make sure you have the financial support you need to complete your education. And then Owen Schumacher is going to tell us about one of the wonderful resources to help you with writing through the Graduate Writing Center. After that, we've got Seth Iona, who's going to talk to us about advising, academic support, and student wellness. And then I'm going to follow up with career management and professional growth. All right. Now, I'm going to do some pop quizzes, not pop quizzes, pop polls, surveys. in the chat from time to time just to get some feedback from you. So thank you for those who have already put in their program and where they're located. It's exciting. We've got people from all over the country here with us tonight. All right. Any questions before we start? If you want to take yourself off mute or throw it in the chat, please feel free to do that. Okay. Miss Amanda, who recently graduated with her MBA, she's a very educated, ambitious person. So, Amanda, tell us about what it takes as someone who's been through a graduate program. What are some things that will help our students be better graduate students, and how will they be able to better utilize the technology to get the education they're looking for?
Okay, yeah. Hi guys, my name is Amanda. I'm an academic advisor currently here at SUU. I'm over a lot of the programs like MSN, MSN MBA, FNP, lots and lots of programs. But I just mainly saw the nursing ones in there, so that's great. But yeah, I'll probably be your advisor, or the other one is Natasha White. She's my colleague, and we work very closely together. But yeah, today I'm just going to be going over Canvas and how to be successful with Canvas. So this is where you're going to go to find how many of you guys have any of you not logged into your Canvas yet? Or have you not logged into your SUU portal yet? You can just put it in the chat, or you don't have to. If you need help, you can always contact IT. There is about a 24-hour authorization period. But what you're going to do to get to this website is you're going to go to suu.edu just in the Google search bar, or Chrome, or whatever you prefer to use, Safari, doesn't really matter. Then you're going to you're going to get to the main page, which is the SUU webpage. On there, you're going to click My SUU. It's going to take you to this page. This is going to be your SUU portal. This has lots of resources that a lot of other people are going to go over, like Owen um, going over the Graduate Writing Center, some of the library resources and stuff like that. But I'm just going to be mainly going over Canvas. If you click on that button right there, that's the Canvas homepage. So it looks like Kylie said that she's logged into the portal, which is great. Canvas is when your classes are going to populate on the 29th if you're in second session for the summer. So those will populate then, and so that's when you'll really want to get into Canvas. But if you go ahead and click on that, it's going to take you to your dashboard. So your dashboard is probably going to look a lot different than mine. It may look relatively the same. This was the course that I was taking at the time when I made these slides. So this is HCA 6400, and all your courses are going to pop up the same way. If they don't, you can always go into the Courses tab. Let's see if I go over it later. Okay, yeah, so you can go into the Courses tab, and on there, you can click on the little star, and it'll bring it to the module homepage. So that's where you can locate your courses. And then if you click on the next slide, this will take you to the main page. This is the syllabus. So this is where it's going to show you office hours for when you can meet with your professor. They are required to have office hours where you can meet, and then most of the time, they'll have another thing that says, or you can contact me. This is flexibility outside of those hours. The directors are really, really helpful. The professors are awesome, and they're always willing to meet lots of students. And they enjoy meeting with students. That's why they're professors. So yeah, definitely utilize them and get to know them. But yeah, so you'll click on the online office hours. Or sorry, this is a link, or you can just log into their office hours and meet with them. You can get answers on any of your questions that you have about the class. If you just want to meet and get to know your professor, you can as well. But this is really helpful. It also will go over what the professor expects within the course, how many tests you might be taking or quizzes, what papers you need to write. So this is just a really helpful resource. This is where it shows some of the other things that might be in there as well, such as the grade scheme. So if you wonder what percent you have to get in a certain grade, that'll typically be in there as well. What course materials you may need, that'll show in the syllabus just in case you need any books, or sometimes they'll do inclusive access, things along those lines. So, perfect. Go click on the next one. Sorry, Tad.
Did you want to talk about the course materials?
Yeah, so that's where the course materials will be, and that's just all the books that you can find there, or you can go to your SUU homepage in the search bar. You can type in my courses. In there will bring up all the textbooks that you need as well for the class. So
Amanda, when do the students have to buy the material and when is it provided for them? How will they know?
yeah, so typically you'll get an email right before your class and it'll say inclusive access, and sometimes it says opt out or opt in. Majority of the time, if you get that email, you probably want to stay opted in because sometimes they'll even have the textbook along with homework assignments or quizzes or other materials that you may need within the class. So you'll definitely want to take a look at those emails and just make sure that you are opted in. If not, some professors will reach out to you about a week before the class starts and let you know what materials you're going to need, or if you need any at all. And then if you're in a 7 week class, I would recommend that as soon as you can, looking up what materials you need, seeing if you need to buy the book or if it's already provided for you through your course fees, and then go ahead and follow through with that and purchase it. 7 weeks goes by really, really quickly. And if you don't have the material for a full week, sometimes professors will give you a PDF file for the first week or two just so that you can get your materials that you need. Um, but I would probably recommend being more prepared than more underprepared. So,
That's good advice. How often would you need to buy a book from like Amazon? And if you do have to buy a physical book, besides Amazon, are there any other sources that you would recommend?
yeah, so when you go to the SUU portal and then you type in the search bar my courses and then it brings up the textbooks, it brings up all the options. So sometimes it doesn't bring up Amazon, so you can always like you would just literally copy this under course material and put that in the search bar in Amazon, it'll bring it up. But so you can do that. Or in the textbook it'll give you, or my courses, it'll give you multiple different options. So it'll give you view textbooks in the store. Do you want a hard copy? Do you want a not hard copy? So it just kind of depends on what you prefer. I think that Amazon is a really great way. They used to do rentals. I don't think they do rentals anymore, so you have to buy the book, but sometimes they'll be used and they're just a lot cheaper. So just look at all of your options. Find the cheapest option, especially if it's a 7 week course. You might look at the book later. Some of the books I do enjoy that I've gotten in my different courses, but some I've never looked at again. So,
Okay, great. And one more question. How often will the professors update how quickly will they grade the material? I see here there's the grading standards, but how quickly will you know how you did on your assignments? And that's a general question because I'm sure it varies from
yeah.
professor to professor, but what should they expect?
Yeah, they typically will let you know in the course syllabi or course syllabus if they have a time frame. So sometimes it'll be 1 to 2 days or 7 days. If you do any inclusive access material coursework, it'll grade instantly. So that's really nice. A lot of that is, especially in the MBA, there's a lot of instant grading, which is nice. I have a professor right now who gets back to us fairly quickly. It's within 24 to 48 hours. But I've also had professors that have taken a little bit longer amount of time. But they typically will keep you fairly updated. They'll let you know, hey, I'm kind of behind on grading. Also, a lot of them have coaches and TAs, and so they get through the material fairly fast as well.
Okay, thank you. Are we
Yeah,
ready for the next slide?
yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the modules page. So basically, typically, especially if you're in a 7 week, and then I assume that it's the same for 14 week. I talk off of the 7 week basis just because I was in 7 week classes, but I assume that they're relatively similar. So in here, that'll be under the modules section on the left-hand side, there'll be module 1, 2, 3, and then it goes all the way to 7. So it's a really nice way for most professors. Most professors do it this way. They're all different, but a lot of them do it in this basic criteria. It's a really nice way to keep everything together within 1 week. So for module 1, that was week 1. For this class, you had the overview, so it gave you a brief description of what you would be learning, an introduction discussion, a quiz, and then the module 1 summary. Sometimes they'll have especially in the overview and then the summary, what pages of the textbook you should have read within that week, or where the module 1 quiz information is coming from. And this is just a really nice way to keep everything organized. And a lot of professors do it this way. Obviously, not all, but a lot of them do it this way. And I assume in a 14-week module course or 14-week course, they would do 14 modules. So they do keep the online courses very, very organized, which is very nice.
Okay, great.
Yeah. And then this page is my favorite page. I use this a ton. So on the grades page, you can always access your assignments from here as well. So if you just click on, say you click on Module 5 quiz, it'll bring up the quiz from there. So that's one way to do it. But this also will give you what if grades. So if you think you didn't do very well on an assignment, you're a little bit nervous, you can always type in a what if on here, and it'll bring up what score or what your overall total grade will be after that is graded. Or sometimes if you're a little bit hesitant about an exam, you can see what you need on the exam to still do well in the course. So I enjoy this page. It's just kind of an ease of mind for me, at least. A lot of professors will also, I don't know, not a lot, but, or I don't know, it just kind of depends on the professor, but I've had a lot of professors who will drop like one test score or one paper. And so I always like to see if I need to do that paper or test, and this is a really great way to do it as well. And this is on the grades page. It's awesome. So this right here is where I put in a what if. So if you click on the next one, I did a what if on my big paper that I had for that semester, and it just shows that you can input the grade you believe you received and then to find out how it affects your overall grade. So yeah, it's just something that I like to use a lot. Even when I feel like I overstress about things that I didn't need to.
That's great. You're very conscientious. You have great grades. Thanks for sharing. All
Yeah.
right, we ready for the next one?
Yep. Okay, so this left-hand side right here is groups. So if your professor ever says that you have a group project for that class, if you click on groups, it'll bring up just your group. And then within the group, you can click on the discussion and it'll say, this is all your group members and who is within your group. This is where you can talk to them as well. So typically what I do if I have any group assignments is I compose a message in the inbox and I say, students, because it'll ask you student or professor, because you can also contact your professor through the inbox as well. And I'll click professor, or sorry, students. And then you can just type in each of your students' names for that group project. I typically will send them an email. I found that the easiest way to get my group together was to just say, hey, this is my availability. Here's my phone number. Contact me through my phone number. We should all make a group chat together. It'll just be a lot easier. So that's one way to do it. You don't have to do it the way that I do it, but that's what I've noticed has been most successful.
Hey, great.
So yeah. I also like this page a lot as well. So this is the calendar. Typically, when you're in a 7 or 14-week course, the professor will post everything that's due for that full 7 weeks so that you can plan if you're working late or if you have a vacation that weekend or if you're going out of town or you're worried that you feel like you might get sick. I don't know, anything. But this will show you all of your assignments when they're due. And it's just really nice to have an overall layout of, okay, I know that I'm going to have homework on Wednesday night. I had something come up on Wednesday night. I'm going to do it on Tuesday. And I just like the way that it breaks it down so I never feel like I really miss anything. Also, if you get like the mobile version on your phone, it'll give you a to-do list and give you the dates of everything that's due, which is a really great resource just to stay on top of everything and make sure that you're getting everything done that you need to. So, yeah. That's basically all I have. Do you guys have any questions about Canvas? Was there anything that you guys had a hard time with? Have you guys had a minute to kind of navigate it?
Okay.
Perfect.
Thanks, Amanda. Let's do a quick survey in the chat. How many of you have taken an online class before and did you like it? Did you enjoy it? So you can either put yes, yes, like yes, I have taken a class and yes, I enjoyed it, or no, no. I guess you couldn't say no, I haven't taken a class, I haven't enjoyed it. But let us know if you've taken an online class and did you enjoy it? Colin says yes, I prefer online. Don Boozer says yes, yes. Not yet, no. Okay, we've got yes, yes, online, yes, yes. Not yet. Okay, so we have a few people. This is their first time. So Canvas will be your best friend. Um, Amanda, if someone is confused by Canvas, has a question, who can they contact or who should they contact?
There's kind of a few different options. So you can always click on Canvas, you can always click on the help button. Um, that'll give you Canvas support, Canvas guides, Canvas request forms. Um, if you just need to talk to Canvas, you can contact them there. I've heard that they're relatively responsive, which is great. Another thing that you can do is you can contact like an advisor. You can ask your professor if you can't figure something out. You can contact IT. But for the off hours, I do recommend the help button and trying to figure it out that way. I've heard that they're really helpful. They offer 24-hour support. Um, and so that's a good resource.
Yeah. And Timothy made a great comment. Yes, yes, if the modules are made well. And we do have what we call Center for Teaching Innovation, and they work with the professors. But if you do find one that's a challenge, please give the feedback directly to the professor. You can contact me, and we can work with the professor and the Center for Teaching Innovation to help them improve. So we're always trying to get better. So please give us feedback if there's a course or a module that you find that the layout was cumbersome or not user friendly. Let us know because we want to make that better. So, all right. Amanda, thank you for that. That was helpful. And Nolan, I will be moving the slide. So when it's your turn, you can just tell me move the slide. So, all right. Next, we're excited to have Caitlin, who is actually in Pennsylvania near Scranton. How close are you to Scranton, Caitlin?
Yep, that's right.
You're right in Scranton.
Just outside.
Close. And you know all the people from the office, right?
Exactly. That's our claim to fame.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put us in full format view. So Seth's gonna monitor the chat for us. So Caitlin, we'll turn it over to you.
Hey, everybody. I am not going to go into like an in-depth presentation about how to use the library because some of your professors may bring one of us into the class to kind of give you support specific to your assignments. Instead, I just want to point to the website where you can find the librarian that supports your program. So that very first link at the top of my slide there, library.suu.edu, that is actually not the homepage of our library. Homepage of our library is much more user-friendly looking, like kind of has the Google-like search bar on it. This is not that. This is for our LibGuides. So you'll find on that page a list of programs. Just find your program, click on it, and you'll be able to find out who we call ourselves liaison librarians, just means one librarian assigned to the programs on campus. I am the liaison librarian to the College of Education and Human Development, as well as the nutrition program. And so I have maybe 30, on average, about 30 students per semester who request an appointment with me. And these are graduate online students like you. I am so happy to make my calendar available to these students because it really helps them. Mine are just 30-minute blocks. We hop on a Zoom call and we really get you sorted with any research questions that you have. So highly encourage if you're feeling just overwhelmed, it's been a while since you've been in school, or this is just a different library website that can be a bit tricky to navigate. And this is for, whether it's just assignments where your professors are asking for you to have peer-reviewed information. Okay, probably most of you are going to Google Scholar. You find your research article, and then what does Google Scholar do? Asks you to pay $47 to download it, right? We've all been there before. We don't want you to do that. You have tuition to pay for. The library actually subscribes to these resources on your behalf. So your program is assigned a librarian. We will help you find free, high quality research, whether it's just for a single assignment or something more long range like your capstone or your theses. And most of us do offer that one-on-one appointment over Zoom or in our offices. You'll see in the bottom left-hand corner there, that's a screenshot from those LibGuides. So, our business librarian, that's what it looks like. Just click on schedule an appointment. It's going to bring you, we each maybe use, if it's You Can Book Me or Calendly, like we have our own scheduling websites that we prefer, but the links are there, or an email. So you can always just email us and say, hey, is there a time that I can come and get some help with this? So just want to encourage you not to go it alone. Don't pay to download those scholarly articles that you're going to need, especially in a graduate program. You do have full online access to all of our resources in the library. We have a proxy server, which just is kind of like a firewall that you have to log in. It's the same login that you're going to use to access Canvas that Amanda was just showing us. Same login to get those resources, but again, especially your first semester as you're trying to keep up with your deadlines, and again, making sure that you're not using just stuff from the open web, Wikipedia. You want to be using those high quality peer-reviewed journal articles to support your arguments. It's probably going to be a requirement of your assignments. We are more than happy to support you in that way. We have a pretty robust interlibrary loan program. So at SUU, we're small but mighty. Our budget is not enormous to buy access to absolutely everything. And this comes into that those Google Scholar articles. If we don't have access to them, we'll just borrow it. So libraries are really good at that. We have a whole team dedicated to borrowing, maybe from the U, a bigger school, and they'll send it electronically to us for you. We also will mail hard copy books, and we, in addition, are growing our ebook collection, our online streaming video platforms, anytime that we have our hands on some extra funding there. So my comparison here, and I know you'll get to hear from the Graduate Writing Center in a little bit, similar. So when you need help writing your paper, you would reach out to the Graduate Writing Center and ask them to help you. When you need help actually finding the research to build your argument, support your thesis, you reach out to the library, and we're here to help. I just want to make myself available for any questions if you have them.
You want to put them in the chat, or you can come off mute. I have a question for you. So
Yeah.
let's say I'm in the music technology program and I want to work in Boston. So I want to know all the music producers in the city of Boston. Who in the library could help me figure that out? Find a database, help me make a list. Maybe AI could do it, but there's some things AI can't tell us. So who would I contact at the library to help me find something that's kind of unique?
That is such a great question. So I am clicking on that link right now, library.suu.edu. I am scrolling down to our music technology program. That's what I thought. Our librarian is Richard Saunders. He's over the music program. I am looking right now at a link to either click to email him or his You Can Book Me link. Two ways, very easy. Richard loves meeting with students as much as I do. It's like one of our favorite hats that we wear. And he will help you with whatever you need research wise. So it was easy
Yeah.
as that. 2 clicks, and I'm in contact with the person to answer those questions.
Perfect. Yeah. And I think this is one of the greatest underutilized resources. So if you're doing a research on your own career or something related to class, and you're like, I cannot find the information I think I need, or I get in there, and sometimes for me, like the databases can be confusing. Which database should I use?
Yes.
Contact the librarian and say, this is my research question, or this is my career question, and they will work miracles for you.
Yeah, because we
Promise.
subscribe to 193 databases on your behalf. So again, that's why you're not paying for them on Google Scholar. We have them. They're just behind that paywall, that login. But yeah, it's a lot to navigate, especially your first semester.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. All right. Any questions before we move on to the Writing Center? Okay. Thanks, Caitlin. And Caitlin's, I'm sure you're going to drop off because you are 2 hours ahead of us. So thanks for
Oh,
joining
but
us.
that's a great thing to mention. Like, this is actually not unusual for me to be logged on at this time. My the students in the MED program, for instance, tend to be working during the day. They're teaching.
Oh, true.
And so I do flex some hours to nights and weekends. Not everyone does that. Some of my colleagues just like to call it a day and start fresh the next morning. But it's something that started during COVID for me, works well for my students, works well for me. So night and weekend availability too, right? Like pretty cool. Thanks.
Fantastic. Thank you for being with us.
Thanks.
All right, let's go on. Let me keep moving. Oh, I'm sorry. Owen, we've got Clayton. We're going to talk about financial aid. So this is probably one of the most challenging for students is that we hear about is the financial aid piece. Like, how do I pay for this? Many of our students pay for it out of pocket. About 50, over 50% do, and will graduate debt free. But sometimes that's not a possibility, depending on our situations. And so we're grateful to have Clayton here with us today to talk about options with financial aid. So Clayton, take it away.
Yeah, awesome. I'm glad to be on here with all of you. I'm excited for all of you to be in a graduate program here at SUU. I've loved my time in a graduate program here. And there are tons of great opportunities for you. Specifically looking at financial aid, I want to first just make some really important distinctions. The cost of your program may differ than the cost of somebody else's program. So be sure you know exactly how much it's going to cost you. You can find that information just online at suu.edu. Looking up your program, a breakdown of your costs, your fees, tuition, those are going to be there. That's very transparent. It'll show overall cost of the program. It'll usually show a breakdown based on credit hours. So make sure you know your personalized information. Sometimes the larger number looks a little scary. It can be, north of $10,000. But when you look at the breakdown, it's a really manageable cost per semester or per 7-week session. So thank you for dropping that link. It's just online for you to view a lot of those costs. My goal is to help reduce those costs for you. So whatever you do need to pay for is as low as we can get it. Two options. Like Tad mentioned, some students do pay out of pocket. Others do resort to loans. There are great options for loans through the FAFSA application. If you're looking for loans, that's going to be a deeper conversation that I'd love to have with you. You can schedule appointments with me anytime to review that information. Today, we're going to focus on opportunities to reduce your cost without loans. So I've got two main sources for you to reach out to. One of them is new to me, and I'm really excited to share. But we have an office here at SUU called the Spark office. So that's what we see on this first screen grab here. They're the Sponsored Programs, Agreements, Research, and Contracts office. And one of the neat things that they provide is this program called Grant Forward. This is for graduate students and pretty much for graduate students only. It's an online program. Right here you can see Grant Forward, and what it offers are different grants and scholarships for graduate students. So if you're going to be involved in any type of research or any type of growth or studying papers, similar to how the library can help you find all those great resources to build your what's the word I'm looking for? Your assignments and complete those tasks. Here, if you're working on something, you can get grants to help cover your cost. So this is a new page that you'll go in and you'll make an account for, but know about Grant Forward through our Spark office. It's a great opportunity. I'm still learning it myself because it is newer for us, but try it out and see what you can find there. The other thing, if we want to click over to the next slide, Tad, here, is most programs, I won't say most, but a lot of our graduate programs offer either a tuition waiver or an assistantship. There's a variety of different options here for you. So here's a screen grab of some of them. The big thing here, similar to knowing the cost of your program, is you need to know some connections in your department, in your program, that you can ask about specific waivers for your program. Okay. For example, I'm in the Masters of Sports Conditioning and Performance. You'll see it's there at the bottom. We have a fantastic waiver program. Each semester that you want to utilize it, you submit an application form discussing your need, discussing your course load, what the cost will look like for that semester, as well as some other information so they can see if you qualify for it. And then they receive funding from the state that they're able to award to those qualified students to reduce the overall cost of your tuition. So, Grant Forward is a great program. And the other thing here at SUU that we offer that is so wonderful are these tuition waivers and assistantships. So, the big thing you can do is go online and connect with your specific degree and just connect with the department chair or someone who's head of your program and ask them if these opportunities are available for you, because likely there is something that you can do to help bring that cost down for you. Perfect. And I think I saw a question providing my contact information. I will drop there it is. Perfect. Amanda's on top of it. That's me right there. So reach out anytime. I'm happy to look at your account specifically and go through what it'll look like you based on your credit load or what you want to plan on doing. But any questions about these specifics that I can answer generally right now?
Clayton, is it true that the federal government just reduced the interest rate by a point?
Yeah, so typically graduate loans have been closer to 8%. I've seen reports coming down to 7%, which is fantastic. When you look outside of those federal loans, you're going to be above 10 to 12%, if not more, for those private loans. So do seek through like the FAFSA application, some of those federal loans first. And again, that's a great point. So look there first for loans.
And can you save money by starting to pay off the loans while you're in school? Is there any advantage to paying something while you're in school? And how does that
Yeah,
work?
that's awesome. So typically a student loan will not require payment while you're an active student, while you're enrolled in courses, but interest will accrue while you're a current student. So what some students will do is they'll make a monthly payment to pay off their interest. So over time, they're left with just their minimum balance of what they took out, and it's not compounding interest on interest on interest while they're in their program still. So paying it off as little bit as you can as you go is a great idea.
Okay. And if I'm an online student, will I get can I get federal loans for housing and other support like the on-campus students would get?
That's a super good question. There is going to be a maximum limit to the amount of loans that you can take out per year, as well as for a lifetime of borrowing. That is typically determined by the cost of attendance at SUU. As an online student, that gets a little bit trickier in terms of taking it more above that overall cost of tuition and fees. But you're going to be okay to pull out some, but not everything to pay your whole life away.
Yeah. And I'm being a hog here. The big beautiful bill is
Mhm.
restricting loans, and I've heard like nursing was deemed a non-professional degree, et cetera, et cetera. How will SUU students be affected by the big beautiful bill and the amount of loans available?
Yeah, actually be on the lookout for some direct communication from SUU talking about what programs will qualify as professional or not professional in terms of determining their loan limits. But that lifetime loan limit is going to be implemented for graduate students. I apologize, I don't have that number in front of me, but there will be a total number that's way more than any of your programs will cost, that you won't be able to take loans above that amount as a graduate student. So just be aware of that information. There is a point where you can stop. You'll be stopped from taking out more loans. But again, it exceeds any of the cost of our graduate programs significantly.
Yeah. Yeah, and we were just ranked the most affordable online program in the state of Utah, and I think number 3 in the country. So
Awesome.
great value. SUU offers a great value. So any other last minute questions for Clayton that you would like to ask? Okay. Well, Clayton, thank you for staying late. I think you're going to drop off. Appreciate you being here. Clayton and his colleague Corbin are both great resources, and we appreciate their help.
Thanks. We'll
Hey,
see you
see you
guys.
later. Bye-bye. All right. The next person, we're excited to have Owen here with us to talk about the Writing Center. And I think in the age of AI, this is becoming a hidden talent, but it's one that's very important. I've heard it said that writing and communication skills are the number one skill for employment and career progression. So we're going to turn the time over to Owen to talk about the Graduate Writing Center.
Yes, thank you so much, Tad. Thank you, everyone. How good it is to see you. I see we have a nice number of people here for the orientation. I'm glad to have a bit of your time. I'd like to talk about the Graduate Writing Center. My name is Owen Schumacher. I am Graduate Writing Specialist with the Graduate Writing Center. And I'd like to share with you what we do, the services that we provide. And along the way, you'll learn how to take advantage, how to get registered so that you can book your first appointment and we can assist you. So we support all majors. You'll be glad to know that along the way in your program, whatever it may be, you can get assistance with your writing assignments. We help grads like you. The GWC provides hands-on writing support for students in master's programs, doctoral programs, the Graduate Bridge program. We can help you with your academic assignments along the way. We are conveniently online, in fact, exclusively online. Of course, many of you are exclusively online, so it makes sense that we should be exclusively online with you. So if you need assistance in person on campus, unfortunately, we cannot provide that, but we are here for you online. And our appointment feedback modality comes in two forms. We can help you synchronously, as we say, in a one-to-one Zoom session. We can meet with you on Zoom where we agree on a date and time, and we go from there. We offer feedback in live time during a Zoom session, or we can assist asynchronously, as we say, with a written feedback session. And that's where you don't have to meet with us in live time, and we will look over your writing assignment and offer input electronically. And you can come and look at your draft once it's finished, and we make it available to you. So we have two ways of offering our input to you. And what service do we provide? Why do we do it? Our consultants give constructive writing feedback to enhance your skills, your knowledge, your overall confidence as a writer, as I stated earlier, regardless of your program. If you have a writing assignment along the way, we are here for you. Tad, you're welcome to go to the next slide. So what kind of writing projects will you come across in your program? Well, there are many different assignments, writing assignments that you may encounter along the way. There are the big, large-scale projects like the thesis, like the dissertation, like the big written capstone project. And it's for those that you typically need kind of longitudinal help, as we say. So you'll be booking with us 2 appointments, 3 appointments, 4 appointments, whatever you need. You can book with us along the way from start to finish for your degree and get assistance from me, the rest of the team. And we're glad to provide continuous feedback, ongoing feedback for your big, large-scale projects. And then we also help with the small projects too, your abstracts, your white papers, your little presentations, your project proposals, reader responses. You know, if you're just accounting for a reading assignment, say the professor wants to know whether you read this or that, and you're just providing a short reflection, we can assist with that as well. Annotated bibliographies and more, and also personal projects. If you need help with your LinkedIn profile, if you need help presenting yourself professionally, we'd be glad to assist with that too. So I haven't included in this slide absolutely everything that we cover. If it involves writing, we can assist you.
Owen, what about resumes? Do you work on resumes?
Absolutely. We do assist with resumes, and you just present the draft to us, and we'd be glad to provide that feedback. Like I said, either in live time in a Zoom session or by way of the written feedback modality. Yeah.
Thank you. What would you
Yeah.
suggest, like in terms of AI? Would you want us to run our papers through AI before we bring them to you? Or how do you recommend students
Mhm.
utilize AI
Mhm.
to merge with what you offer as a live human?
Mhm. Um, I would say, first of all, we recommend that you adhere to the expectations of your professor. The professor will have policies on AI. So make sure to touch base with your professor about the expectations in terms of using AI. We support the use of AI in some ways. We definitely encourage the use of AI for brainstorming if you're kind of stuck and you need help with outlining, ideation. Absolutely make use of AI. What we don't encourage is the use of AI to write the entire assignment and then submitting that as though it were your work. What we encourage is active learning, active participation in improving as a writer. Ultimately, the student is responsible for his or her work. So it's important to bear that in mind when submitting the assignment. If it's untouched, if it's completely kind of written by AI and the student has minimally changed it, the student is responsible for that submission as though it were his or her own work. So just a proviso there, just a warning. But I would say that in general, yes, we do encourage it for ideation, and we also assist with, say you do use AI to write certain passages. We will help you put it in your voice. We will help you kind of rewrite it and edit it a bit so that it is more coming from you, right?
Perfect. All right. And I think we have
Mhm.
one more slide.
Yes. Oh, yeah. About the timing of our sessions, the uh, length of the appointments, you can book a 45-minute appointment, which can go to about an hour. It's between 45 minutes to an hour. And if you need additional help, we can do the 90-minute session, which can go all the way to an hour, hour and a half, or actually 2 hours. So we recommend that you book the shorter session. It's often that you will book the shorter session for the smaller assignments. And if you need a bit more of a hands-on um, bit of feedback, then you can do the longer session. So it's up to you how you'd like to book.
Okay.
Hmm.
Thank you. All
Yeah,
right.
absolutely, Chad.
Any question for Owen?
And I can drop in the chat our URL, and that will help you book with us. Of course, here you are at the orientation, so you haven't yet booked your first appointment with us. Going ahead and use that URL, and that will help you register with us, and you can book your first appointment, and you'll be well on your way.
Okay. Thank you, Owen.
Absolutely.
Appreciate
Thank you
it.
so much for your time,
Appreciate you
everyone.
joining us. All right. Moving right along, we are going to hear from Seth. If I can get this to move. Okay, there we go. That's a great logo. Okay, Seth, who is going to talk to us about lots of different things, actually, advising, mental health, resources for that. Seth, we'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Ted. It's been awesome having so many of our resource leaders here and speaking about their resources. Um, as a student at SUU, you have access to a lot of these resources. You also have a guide to get you to these resources, and that's your academic advisor. We call them student success advisors. You've met one of our great advisors in Amanda Lee earlier in this presentation. My role as an online advisement coordinator is to continue to find advisors that best serve our online and graduate students. And we have a really good team put together that helps you not just plan your degree, which they do, and if you ever need help mapping out your degree from semester to semester, they can definitely assist you. But where they really shine is they help connect you to these resources, like Owen and the library and financial aid. And should be your first stop for any kind of question that you have. So they're fantastic. We can definitely move past this slide, Tad, with that picture on it. As you can see, our graduate advising services are two-tiered, meaning that we have a team of express advisors. They're part-time advisors that are trained by folks like Amanda to have a ton of program knowledge. They can answer more than 75% of the questions you might have as a graduate and online student because they're students themselves. So it really is a peer model that they're available for you as your question arises. You can hit them via email, phone, from 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. And they really can tackle the majority of, if not all of your question when it comes up. We keep them highly trained. We give them access to the same materials that our full-time advisors have access to, and something that you won't see because you're an online student, but they're actually stationed right in the middle of all of our advisors. And so, if they don't know an answer, they're a rock throw away from the expert that does. And so please definitely use that tier. They can help make sure that you get timely service. If you have something that's going to take a little bit more time to figure out, or you're just more comfortable sitting in an appointment with an advisor, you can definitely do that with your student success advisor. Everybody who attends SUU has an assigned student success advisor. And you can find that information in your My Academic Details in your My SUU portal. You'll get the picture of your advisor, their appointment link, and their contact information, such as their email. Go to the next slide. As far as academic support beyond that, you do have great resources. We've talked about a few of them already today, but you have the Career Center and access to the Career Center, the Tutoring Center for anything that is course related. And if you have trouble with the subject or you just want to touch up before an exam, they're a really great resource. They have online walk-in tutoring that you can take advantage of. Owen and Caitlin were both here to represent their respective resources in the Graduate Writing Center and Library. So we won't go too far into that, but just know that your tuition pays for a lot of really great resources to make sure that you are successful academically. Another thing that I want to talk about tonight is to make sure that everybody is aware that SU cares about your mental well-being. Your student wellness. Student wellness is a big focus of ours, and there's some great resources that SU has made available to even to our online and graduate students that you can use remotely. And that one highlighted there, Timely Care, is the one that I like to speak to the most, as it's a remote option, and a lot of us are in programs in this format because we need something that is remote and is available 24/7 and is available when we need it. And Timely Care is exactly that. If you have anything that you want to talk to somebody about, you can utilize this free service through SUU. And you just go from that link into the Timely Care website, and you can schedule individual counseling center or session with crisis counseling, health coaching, all of those things.
So, Seth, any of these resources can be found at mysuu.edu, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. And you can, if you can't find it immediately, there's a search button there that will take you right to the right page.
Absolutely. And if you're struggling even before with the search option, don't hesitate to ping our team. We're here exactly for that, to get you to the right resource.
Okay. All right. Anything else, Seth?
One thing that I want to make sure everybody's aware of, and we'll drop a link in here for you, but you just sat through this orientation. We still have a little bit more to go. You might be excited about seeing what's coming on Monday for your courses. Typically, Canvas won't load those courses until the day of. However, you can get access to syllabi before the start date. So there's the link to course syllabi. You can go ahead and check out the syllabus for your course and get a feel for what to expect come Monday.
Okay, thank you. All right, I want to briefly talk about career support. This is something that is near and dear to my heart. I don't think any of us would attend school just for the knowledge, which is very important. We want to invest in ourselves, and we also want that to lead to a more fulfilling career with more opportunities, hopefully a higher salary, etc. So I do want to briefly talk about the career support. One thing we do every Friday, most Fridays, is we have a podcast on Zoom called Friday Career Connections. And that's a chance for us to hear about uh, successful alumni and other professionals that have had amazing careers, and they share with us how they have built those careers. So it's a chance for us together. Hopefully, if you're able to join us during lunchtime and listen to those, we record them and send those out as well. But this is also a great way for you to start building your professional network and connecting with people on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is our preferred platform for connecting with alumni and each other. And so I would just recommend that if you're able, and we put all this on social media or our website, that you join us on Friday when you can for the Friday Career Connections. The research has shown that that network is what will build your career the best over the long term. So I think that's a great way for you to connect with prominent SU alums. You can ask them questions face to face. We've had CEOs, we've had state legislators, we've had educational leaders, and it's a really good opportunity to ask them questions and then later connect with them on LinkedIn. I did want to quickly show you the career staff. And our main point of contact for online students is this gentleman here, Brandon Street. And you can see by going to the website, you can easily make an appointment with him. I would highly recommend that you don't wait until graduation to decide to plan your next career move. Even if you're starting your program on Monday, I would start projecting ahead on how you want to advance your career through this degree. And I would start by making an appointment with Brandon to do some strategy sessions with him on how to take the education, your experience, and turn that into a promotion, a raise, either within your organization or outside your organization. And he can help you make a plan. I would follow up with him as often as you need to check in with him. Sometimes we need someone to help us be accountable for those goals, and he can also help you with that. So I think he's a wonderful resource. He's someone who's gone through the SUU program and has worked professionally, but now is working in career development, and he's very, very experienced. So, all right. There are many other resources in the Career Center. You can do assessments if you're not sure exactly where you want to go. After this degree, Brandon can get you assessments that will give you that data to help you make those decisions. So, all right. Any other last minute questions related to that? Okay. Lastly, I just want to introduce you to our president, Mindy Benson, and let you know some of her priorities as the president. We're really focused on access and affordability. That's part of our mission. And we want to do it in an environment of caring and focus on the well-being of all our students while you have a great academic experience and become part of our family, not just while you're a student, but after you're a student. And that's something President Benson emulates every day in terms of connecting with others and making sure that you feel like you're a part of our community, that you have a consistent experience while you're here, which results in outstanding career outcomes. So you'll hear us talk about those things over and over again, and we really believe them. So And then lastly, here's our library. I know many of you aren't in the area, but we want you to know you are part of an organization that's bricks and mortar, has a long history. We've been around 128 years, and we intend to be around much longer. Just know that you're part of a wonderful tradition, not only academically, but also a tradition of impact. All right. And that's the end of our presentation. We wanted to keep it under an hour, and we're right at an hour. So I'm going to end there. Are there any last minute questions that we can answer for you? You could come off mute or put it in the chat. Okay. We wish you the best of luck as you start the program. We will send this presentation out to everyone who registered, so you can refer to it. Again, welcome to the SUU family, and we wish you the best of luck, and we hope to interact with you. I will tell you, we do sponsor a graduation reception, a graduation, and we want every single one of you to come to campus if you can, and we want to meet you in person. So have a great evening, and we'll see you online or on campus. Bye-bye.